And welcome to the KeyForge Premier League as we present to you another top 16 matchup between KiiVii and DRSheep. A quick reminder that we do have an event coming up on the 5th of December at 11 a.m. Eastern. $10 entry fee will be matched by donors for each participant that plays to give a donation to Doctors Without Borders in the COVID unit. So the format for this event is going to be a best of one triad tournament, 75 SAS cap for each deck, and they must be from 3 different sets with no Heart of the Forest decks. So we hope to see you guys come out and help us raise some money for Doctors Without Borders. Now, let's get to the game between KiiVii and Sheep, as I have a guest commentator this week in Z. And welcome to the KFPL. I have with me here Z. We're going to do some live commentary on a top 16 match between KiiVii and DRSheep.
Hey guys, here we go.
Hey, fun times. So this is a matchup where KiiVii is playing Uv, which is a deck he's been playing this whole time, and I believe DRSheep is not playing his normal deck. He's actually gone to his Martian Generosity Key Abduction deck, Charflare Cliff Ludite. Looks pretty strong.
Genka.
Yeah, we got some Genka going on, and we got
Genka with Buggy.
With Buggy, yeah. So this will be interesting. I think Sheep did play this earlier on. I think I remember seeing it once before, but I don't recall. And then Vincent is playing one of his favorite decks. It's a Brainstem Antenna deck with all kinds of goodies. And the Logos is really fast because it's got double Eureka and it has like a Neutron Shark for some help when it needs. It has a double Helper Bot to get out of there. He has the triple Ronnie Risk Locks with the Miasma. And so this is one of his favorite decks. This is the kind of deck that Vincent plays.
He has 2 answers to the Buggy, but he has one and exactly one. Actually, no, that's a 4. He has 0 creatures that are power level 5. That's kind of nuts. 0.
Yeah, so maybe that's part of the reason DRSheep decided to go with this deck, right? Because he knows that most of the decks that Vincent plays, his creatures are utility creatures, and he doesn't really get like the size. He goes for more of the value of what the creatures do. So Grunt Buggy just makes a lot of sense in those kind of matchups. But we'll see what happens. This is going to be a hot one. So.
All right.
So we'll make sure that they know that it's okay to start something here. Maybe they were waiting for us to do a deck evaluation. They're not used to the flow. But here we go. All right. So starting hands. KiiVii's hand looks like not what he wants, probably. I think that's going to be a quick mulligan, especially since he has 2 Eurekas and things like that. Sheep's hand is not too horrible, but it might be.
That's not what you want.
Could be better.
Untamed right now. Like you want to see that stuff later.
Yeah.
But the Mars is not bad to start with. So we'll see.
It's a trickier one. I think they both should take mulligan.
He kept the other one. Okay. Did mull, and there's the Eureka.
Yep, there's the Eureka. That's the
which is exactly what you want.
And when you're playing 2 of them, I think you just auto mulligan if you don't draw one of them, right?
Yeah, I mean it's one of the best starting cards in the game, so for sure.
Here, have 3 amber, draw 2 cards. That's basically what Eureka says. It's that good.
Yep. So, I mean, it's better than that because you're also having cards in your archive. It's like potentially draw 4.
Playing Mimicry.
There's the Mimicry.
Yeah, Eureka is pretty good too.
And what, you're hoping Glimmer gets archived? That should work.
Yes.
I don't know how to make it work.
You're gonna have to go manual. In manual, he can just push 2 cards into his archive, and it's gonna be hard.
But it should be random.
I will randomize it. I'll randomize it with the dice. Let me grab a dice. It's the only way we could do this. High tech. High tech.
Yes. Jupiter is randomizing.
All right. All right. Let's see. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Let's see. Number 4 and number 5. So he will get Glimmer and I'll PM him. Sheep.
We'll put it in the public chat so KiiVii can see.
It doesn't tell you what gets put into the archive, though, does it?
Oh, you're correct.
Right. So I'm going to just message him privately on Discord. So the 2 untamed cards, basically Glimmer and Grove Keeper, will go to the thing.
No, it doesn't. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Does he? Yeah, he did it.
There you go. I'm just slow. I told you, I'm always like a half a second behind. Call me sloth.
So the interesting thing, does he go back to Untamed next turn? Play Glimmer, get Mimicry? Oh, no, because then you
No.
can't do the Eureka.
No.
Too much alpha. Too much alpha.
Too much alpha, yeah. So what we do have, though, is a stacked hand of Mars for sheep. That's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, it's interesting whether he blows the Generosity now or just lands the field, hoping to get it off of a Reap next, like the following turn.
I think with the way his deck is set up with the Grunt Buggy and stuff like that, I think blowing the Generosity is not a bad move to get more cards drawn, even if he doesn't hit, because he'll be able to get into his Grunt Buggy and lock the game that way. Because
And then we got KiiVii with double helper here.
Yeah, he's trying to get there as fast as he can. I think that.
I think if I go double shadows here, so that way I draw 5.
Yep.
I can put my bombardment in the archive.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
And you get a good draw.
KiiVii's deck is all about efficiency. Like, he hardly ever has a dead turn.
So now it's only drawing 6. Do you still do the Martian Generosity?
Ugh. I don't know, but he has to clear out his hand. He can't stick on that. If he goes back into Untamed, he's really wasting a turn. Like, because he's still not going to see new cards. So.
All right, so he does do it. He does actually get some hit. He does kind of get a whiff on getting the key abduction. He did not want that now.
Nah.
But I mean, I guess it's out there to make him answer Proliferator.
Did he get to? He didn't even get to a Grunt Buggy yet. So that's pretty not ideal, I guess. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
But I think he had to do that, though. That's kind of where the cards pushed him, right?
Mm-hmm.
He did get 2 Untamed cards to make his Untamed draw from the archives a little bit better, but it seems pretty bad right now. Right now, I think Sheep is a little bit out of rhythm, which can happen with Genka decks, and that's the worst because it's really hard to sometimes get back on rhythm with it. So.
Surely he's not holding key abduction here, right?
I wouldn't think so. I think he would play it just to get the amber
value.
He
did. He held it.
What is he worried about Infernus? There's no Infernus, is there?
No.
Yeah.
What? So. There's no dis and it's AOA? What?
Oh, sorry.
What are you talking about?
I'm not looking at the game.
What?
I walked away for a second.
Here we are, guys. Enjoy our commentary.
You're here, so I was letting you make calls. I had to go chase Harlan because he was trying to break things.
You're the one that brought up Infernus.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. What was he doing? I didn't know. I forgot that KiiVii's not playing that other deck that he plays, which has a ton of disruption.
All right. Well, we had the key abduction hold. Obviously, there was an answer. Like, you would expect your opponents to do everything they could to answer, and they did. So what happens here? You play Glimmer, you get Mimicry back. Mimicry can't take your opponent off of check, but it can get a hidden stash value. That's something. I guess you could Mimicry hidden stash key abduction. I'm sure that was not, I believe, was. So, but that is what will happen. Glimmer.
This game is very backwards for DRSheep right now.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm wrong. He glimmered for Martian generosity.
but now he's
I
kind of he's
don't like that at all. In my scenario, he was about to draw a pretty decent amount of cards. Hopefully line up your Brobnar stuff going forward. I don't know.
Do you think sometimes people get too blind to the Martian generosity line to see other lines? That is,
Yeah.
I think that's a thing when people are playing combos is like they get too fixated on winning with their combo. And
I just think sometimes people overthink the scenario that they're in.
I think that Vincent just keeps playing quality cards, right? Like that's what his deck does. It's like, hi, I have
Yeah, I mean,
cards.
he just goes. He's gone just high hand each turn. So.
Mm-hmm. Vincent has some top class decks too, so like
Yes, he does.
you really
for
don't
sure.
you really don't want to trip up against him because he will make you pay for it. The Hamburger Atlanteans have done very well in all of our tournaments, so they are a pretty stout team, and they did well in Kote too. So like they're trying to make people take notice of them, and if you haven't yet, you might be behind the curve. Maybe that means we need to start a team series.
A team series, huh?
Yeah,
What
like
would that?
SAS, Reap Out, Atlanteans. Like you have all the ones in UK. Like get the real teams to fight each other, like 3-person teams against each other or something.
Yeah, could be something. We could do a team event, like a three person entry single month event. That would be fun.
Yeah, that might be the thing to do. You have to come with a team name if you want to play in the event, though. You can't just sign up as 3 people. You have to have a team name. You have to represent.
Yeah.
Normally, I wouldn't want to touch on that with Code. Like, I'd let them be the team event people, but maybe one time. One time. Just for bragging rights.
I mean, our things are just one day, so
yeah,
it's not really doing anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's more for the fun.
We kind of took away from the game here, but they are moving at the pace of
snails.
I don't know.
This is the fun of like having one person doing commentary that I tell you about all the time. It kind of we get to the point where it's like it's very difficult because it's like they get to thinking and you're just like, wow, dead space. You can't even banter with somebody.
All right, that Knuckles Bolton card. I was staring at what was it? It was an Umbra. No, it was a Lyco Thief or whatever. And I was like, why did they even have the possibility of like a remake of Knuckles Bolton being set by this mixture of like hybrid MM cards? I was just like, this is horrible still.
That's Carl's favorite. Knuckles Bolton. Oh, he likes Knuckles Bolton. I'm not gonna lie. At least he pretends to.
So I'm gonna expect. Does he pop cards in here? That would be weird. I mean, you're not killing much, but I guess 3 reaps, 3 reap. But you're chaining yourself to hell. That seemed weird.
He's setting up his Coward's End, right? All his creatures have damage. He's basically I don't know if that was worth the chains, but
that's what I mean. Like that just felt weird to me. I mean, in the next turn, you're gonna go back to 0 amber probably, and you're not drawing into key abduction or anything. Or I mean, I guess you could set up seed and hope for a double key abduction.
I think this deck is just working backwards. Like sometimes that happens when you have a linear Genka deck. I'm not a fan of this style.
My Genka deck, which used to be yours, plays very differently from this. It is much, much faster.
Stress X is amazing.
I mean, not having Logos in your Genka deck is rough. Normally he does just fine. I've seen Charflare win tons of games. But yeah, right. You're right. It is not, the deck itself is not doing him any favors at all here. Like everything he draws is not what he wants to draw next.
No. It came, like I said, sometimes I feel like decks get drawn backwards, and I've had that feeling because I
Yeah.
play a lot of Ganka, and that's kind of where I get my expertise with Ganka as far as like what I like and don't like, and like I don't like seeing Grunt Buggy with Ganka because it's kind of too. It's like what I talk about when people pull in two different directions, so the deck doesn't have as much strength. Because if you line everything up and pull in one direction, you get way more force than you do if you have a V fit pattern with two different people pulling in different ways, and that's how I feel it goes with sometimes with the houses. And
So here I'm expecting him to, land the seed, land the Dust Witch, threaten, make them answer the Dust Witch, which can, but not in Mars. Oh, you can't. He can't answer Mars because of that's Brainstem, right?
Yeah, there's a Brainstem, so he's
and he has the invasion portal. Yeah, he'll answer Mars.
He'll have some good answers.
Yeah, he'll get that double fight.
That Stim Rager's really decent.
Yeah, but it's so sad that you were not going to get the Brainstem use on the Mind Warper. Does he just ignore the Dust Witch and just eat all of his amber? I think that might be the way to go.
He could do that, or he could just
because Martian Generosity, which he knows is back in his hand, doesn't matter if he's starting at 0.
Yeah, it's true. It's a lot to make up with only having one Mars creature on the board currently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe in that scenario. Maybe
you just eat the amber. Yeah, I think you just.
That's a 6 amber swing when you're up a key.
Yeah, and you get to put pressure. Like again, you're adding amber pressure, so it's.
I think that is actually the call here. Like I don't think I would have done that in live play. I think I actually would have just done our first instinct that we said, which was Rager. Like just rage 3 times because you're gonna have 3 creatures to play.
Yeah.
But I think there is more value in the Mind Warper. That's a 6 amber swing in this game. Like that's a lot.
That's the big brain play.
And then especially if you put all of the amber on that Mind Worm, as soon as Key Abduction gets played, you get it back.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's see.
That's pretty funny. Now that you mention it, because he does have the Mind Worm, which will go back to his hand, releasing all that amber back to him. So it's almost like the Mind Warper would become a stealing agent there. Like I think Vincent has to see that. Like this is his.
I don't know. Like we just talked through that. Like,
and it's still like so like.
But he is hesitating, so I think he does see the lines. I definitely don't think we're tanking on a Shadows decision. I think it's really actually he has not called a house yet. Is he really considering?
I think he will. You'll see. He's a pretty wise guy. Like,
no. I'm saying like at this point for him not to have called a house yet, he might be considering just like
Shadows play. I hope not.
Nerve blasting, or I mean, he can answer it in Logos as well.
I don't think so. Like that's not his style.
Okay, there you go. Mark.
His style is to play cards.
That's a long time to tank on the house call though. All right, so now let's see if he goes first instinct or thought out play.
Let's see. Like this is the difference between mortals and immortals, right? It's like the Highlander. Yeah, the Highlander will win. And if he has the foresight to go Mind Warper into Brainstem, that would be absolutely gross.
Nope, there it is. It's first instinct.
Yeah.
That tanking, I think, was on deciding whether he wanted to just wait to set up a bigger Mars, and just go Shadows real quick.
Yeah. Oh, so when he comes back to watch this video, which I know he will, Vincent, man, you could have made the biggest brain play ever if you had Mind Warped and just took all the camera. But
yeah, that would especially when you're up a key right now, like that would be almost GG. Because even if he does do any kind of Jinka madness later, it's just not going to be enough because you're down a key.
And this way he left him with more, like the amber he left him with is more than he could have generated too. So like the Mind Warper trick was absolutely the right trick. And he just like didn't get there.
Was he out of Mars creatures in deck though? Like why was it? Is he not using an invasion portal for a reason?
He's not done yet, so we'll see. He's got a skeleton.
He should have one more fixed finger deck.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got the skeleton key online now, so he can use that as well. So there's a cutback.
Oh yeah, to minimize amber.
But he did not use.
He did have other Mars creatures in deck. Why didn't he use invasion portal?
Maybe
What does he
maybe,
not
maybe
want to miss?
Maybe he didn't want to miss that destroy them all. That's a pretty important card for the Grunt Buggy. Because if the Grunt Buggy does drop, he's gonna have issues. Like,
well, and then in the scenario we're looking at, that actually would have just been a reap. So I get it. Okay.
mm-hmm.
In my scenario, that was worth it because it would have been another steal, basically.
But he would have already stole everything. Well, no, he wouldn't have. He would have had, but he had one.
Yeah, you would have needed that for the last.
But he could have hacked and took it with the key anyway.
Yeah, so. I didn't like hack there personally.
Yeah,
I get it.
It seemed a little bit premature.
Yeah. Okay, so pull the archives. Oh no, he didn't pull it. He played just Jinka with what he had. Returned the creatures, makes sense. And then this is just a kind of a meh turn. Like there's not a lot going on with this turn.
Do I say hi?
Yeah.
Harlan came over, eating cookies. You gonna say hi? No? You're gonna keep eating cookies. I don't blame him. As we wait.
I think he's debating on seed. What is he getting seed for here? I don't... Proliferator, I guess? No, he goes back to generosity. I don't know why.
He didn't even get to Grunt Buggy there. He's not gonna get to Grunt Buggy there either, so... I have to say that this, like, this is the kind of game where I feel like Sheep's gonna have the game completely backwards, and then like when KiiVii gets the deck, it's like he's gonna draw like the nuts. That's what I've been seeing in the top 16.
Well, we've seen a lot of chain action here too. I think this already could have looked a lot differently just because of he would have drawn more cards. He's got 8 cards in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he could have been through his deck by now.
Yeah.
Based on decisions of, which is important. Talk about it a lot, like going through your deck, getting to the cards. But we have also talked more about recently, like make sure that there's a reason you're digging for your deck. So maybe he thought what he was already seeing in play had more ultimate value than.
But he's far, far behind at this point.
I think curiosity kills all this stuff, right? Scientist. Yeah. That's a soldier. Curiosity. Oh, that's a soldier. Oh, actually, no. Only one. Normally, curiosity can wipe a board versus Mars.
Mars creatures are more diverse than that.
So well, Sound the Horns did not kill his buggy. His buggy is in the bottom 2 of his deck.
That's nuts.
Kind of expecting the way this game went to see the buggy down there.
It happens sometimes. Like
happens a lot.
Yeah, sometimes.
I expect this to be a Grok in the Mind Warper, and then the other Grok in the Mind Warper.
Yeah, maybe. It would make the most sense anyway.
I guess if you just want to eliminate board reaping, you. Oh no, because that one would be archived. Yeah, I would go Mind Warper. You need time right now. You got to burn the amber when you can.
I agree. Interesting that he used the one that had damage on it to go second.
Well, that one's an 8.
Yeah, but I don't know.
In the end, they would both have 3 health.
Yeah, I guess so. But the one has amber on it, so I think you'd want to protect that a little bit more.
Yeah, that's true. He still doesn't have freaking Grunt Buggy in his hand.
Last card in the deck.
Oh man, and yeah, because also we saw the Coward's End, which we're not sure, right? We might not have needed to be played there.
Let me make sure that we didn't miss a Grunt Buggy. But I'm pretty sure that
No,
yep,
no,
there's no
it's
Grunt Buggy.
it's
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 there. The last card is
yeah.
Grunt Buggy.
Card 36. So yeah,
And
between the Martian Generosity chaining yourself and the Coward's End, like he would have seen
and
his whole
now
deck like 2 turns ago.
and now he knows Vincent has the answer to Grunt Buggy because he has the shark. Like he has to have the shark. He's got 3 cards left as well. So,
Well, interestingly, like he probably plays Shark this turn though.
ooh, that'd be scary.
He's already played Destroyed them all too.
Honestly, playing the shark isn't a really bad thing because like his Grunt Buggy is useless if he kills all the big stuff, right? And he has the
I mean,
Archimedes.
he can only kill 3 things.
Well, no, he has the Archimedes too, though, so he can kill 4 things.
No,
Oh no, because he only has 3 draws left. Yeah, you're right.
that's correct.
Correct. I just
And
looked up.
then he might end up archiving Shark anyway. Because if you go logos, you're definitely playing Eureka when you're up a key. There's no reason not to just push.
Yeah.
Hard thinking.
Yeah. So many questions.
Oh, while we're waiting, I just got some fun team news. One of Team Sass's just a guy playing. He's actually still in the event, I think.
Yeah,
Just
he
got
is.
engaged.
Oh, awesome! Congratulations.
Well, I guess either way, they're both getting engaged. Proposed to someone. I don't know.
Yeah, they're both engaged. If you proposed. That's
Oh,
awesome.
so that actually worked out perfect for them for KiiVii. Neutron Shark got archived
Nice.
because now he's going to draw through a deck. He can blow up more than one, like more than the 3 potentially. So yeah, that it's all coming up, KiiVii.
That's the new.
Except for
That's the
the
new. That's the
mind.
new T-shirt that the Hamburger Atlanteans have to put out.
Yeah.
Hamburger Atlanteans. It's all coming up, KiiVii. If you do make that, you have to give 1% of all your sales to the KFPL, since we gave you the idea.
1%.
1% of all sales.
1% of that one sale.
One penny for every $10. Mhm. So look at that. He redraws back into a whole bunch of shadows. It's gotta be.
Yep.
It's gotta be bad. This is bad juju for sheep. I don't know if he's gonna have time to recover enough with that generosity.
This is
It's gotta feel bad.
what?
Taking him off of a key
Oh, I mean,
at,
like that
at,
isn't.
at the price of getting to draw the last card, which is a grunt buggy. It's not bad because he was chained. That's why he was down one.
I guess your last card is buggy. I don't know if I like that.
I mean, it means you're kind of committing to go back to Brobnar this turn. So if KiiVii was
That's
to,
why I don't like.
yeah, if KiiVii decides to get rid
Well,
of,
I mean, I guess this following turn, there's a chance.
I think the shark comes into play right now and he kills all the Brobnar stuff and makes that grunt buggy just feel bad. I think so. I think this is the turn to get that action on. What does he have archived with the shark? Yeah, because he's got Ronnie and Pip Pip there too. So Pip Pip with the shark, it's pretty decent. And the Smoko is gonna do his thing.
I mean, it depends on whether he knows. Yeah, like he's waiting for. I think he is legit waiting for buggy. This turn actually makes the Martian Generosity play much weaker, which for a little bit there was a chance that he could have had a bigger Martian Generosity play. Until he played Little Nif, Grok could not have made him lose an amber. So I don't know if that was a good play. Because all these Groks would have died had they fought anything.
And now they have elusive.
Now they have an elusive target.
Yeah. The small details. I mean, is he baiting him to go back into that? Like, maybe?
I mean, I think this is playing either way. KiiVii was just anticipating it. That's why he held what he held. And then he'll get the amber anyway, because he'll use the war chest.
War chest is pretty good here.
Mm-hmm.
Bromnar doing
Had he got it out sooner, like the turn before he played the line? Why didn't he use it? Oh, he doesn't want to forge? Okay. He is playing for this super hard. Like,
this is much more commitment than I'm used to seeing.
yeah, like Stress X has an alternate win con, so
Yeah.
I don't care that much if it like I've won games where it's been purged. Like it's whatever.
Yep.
But
Stress
I
X has the
feel
raw
like
amber to do.
Sharflare also has a chance to win on the board. He's just not caring about that possibility.
It's an interesting issue, right? Like again, like sometimes people just get so linear on the Genka combo. It's like the Genka deck that I have left in my thing, the Alphabet Genka, Viceroy Alphabet, whatever, is definitely can win just by board oppression with Sanctum and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to do the Genka combo, and I don't have to play heavy into the Genka combo. So, but it's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most perplexing. Like I don't get it.
Are
both of them just playing like this crazy game of chicken with the Martian generosity? Like, is it really warping the game that much? I think it is.
like he did this to make him forged, right? Like that's
Correct.
what we just saw.
Correct. Like they're both playing so hard into the Martian generosity. It's funny.
But now he can go back. He can actually go to Untamed, which and still KiiVii won't forge. Huh. I don't know what's going on here.
I think
this all seems very strange.
Well, what's happening is they are both absolutely focused on Martian generosity as the driving
Be all
force
end
of
all
this
of this game.
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, they're going to be right because they're making that happen.
This is what playing in fear of cards does. Like, it's interesting. KiiVii just drew a bomb hand. Like I like the way his hand looks right now, especially with what's in his archive being the Pip Pip and the Neutron Shark. But he can definitely play that Eureka just to spike his value again. But it really, I guess, depends.
Well, the thing is, he needs to play the Neutron Shark. So, I mean, you'll have 9 cards. After you play the Neutron, you'll have 8 cards. So, 2 of those cards will be archived randomly. And if one of them's Neutron Sharks, that kind of sucks.
True. But he could also like hit shadows and lab work the rest of the shadows and just go absolutely big on this turn. But I don't know. Like I think the Eureka play isn't horrible here, but he's gonna go with consistency and just bring him back down to 0. Keep that Genka as a chain forever in his hand. Like I mean, he's basically been playing chain the whole game.
Yeah.
It's been quite the self-imposed harm here. DRSheep. Where will he go now? Where will he go?
I assume he's killing Lemindra and Skeleton. Don't know if the intent, like the invasion portal, is mattering much since we've seen him choose not to use it a couple times.
Hmm.
And the Mega Chain!
Hmm.
Alright, he pulls the archive.
Time to play a gamble.
He is not playing either Eureka because
Okay.
he is forcing the shark.
Yeah. He's gonna use the shark with the Archimedes. It's gonna be gross. He knows his probability too of how many cards are left in his deck as far as how many logos hits he's gonna have. So it's interesting. Is the math there that he wants to go for it?
Yeah, and the first archive will be the Ronnie. That's solid.
Yeah.
Yep, there it goes. The first hit was Helper Bot.
RNG nightmare game. It's like everything you want is not gonna happen here. It's not going KiiVii now, even though KiiVii's still doing fine. He got to kill the
Yeah, I
grunt
mean,
buggy.
this still.
So both of the things that make Sheep's deck scary have been like absolutely like horrible for him. Between
True.
the amount of chaining for the generosity, and now having key abduction to taunt him again for the third time, and drawing grunt buggy as his last draw and one of the first things into the discard pile on the flip. It's like this is a nightmare.
Yeah. You can reap one. Oh, it doesn't even reap. He's gonna fight. None's done. And lose. What?
No value. Dr. Sheep concedes.
Okay.
He's so big. He's like so like like that was a painful game for him to have to deal with. So
That
sadly,
was a painful game to see.
yeah. So sadly, we see.
Dan, get your crap together, bro.
Oh, stop getting on your dude. So
Why?
as we wait for the next game, like that's a good example for the newer players that are watching. That sometimes when you force something like that, like a combo like that, you're going to basically it snowballs your game like into a bad algorithm basically. And that's what happened I think with Sheep there. Like
It's a
a
good
lot of
example for all players just to understand this game is about tempo, regardless of what kind of deck you have.
correct.
You need to be playing as more cards than your opponent, or fielding more, or using more in some kind of way. If you don't do that, you will lose the game.
Yeah, the two things that go into great decks are how fast you play cards and how well the card power is on those cards. So like the idea is the higher your quality of card plus the amount of speed gives you the deck's true like nature. And as we know, a deck is only as good as it plays, and the ability to play and have a consistency to it is a huge deal. So there in game one, we saw that the Genka deck just didn't line up well. So we'll move into game two as KiiVii looks to wrap this up, and Sheep tries to hold on to his dream of making the top eight. So stay with us, and we'll be right back with round two. Turn the game on.
Play have a 5 shadows turn, and
so
I got
a double
4.
Eureka play in putting 4 cards into the archive, just to catch you guys up since I was a little bit slow flipping the screen again. Harlan distracted me. We got him a spinny ball thing that looks like a snitch, and it like spins, and he really loves it. I like it too.
Mm.
So now Vincent is countering the 6 amber with the Grump Buggy and 2 big bodies. Something the sheep didn't get the value of last game. Like, yeah, he wasn't able to produce that. So, this game.
I mean, I expect the shadows call archive, play 5 turn shadows, archive a logos card.
Seems very reasonable to me. How tilted is sheep right now, do you think, from that first game? Do you think there's a
He did
factor?
not call archive. I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, obviously we can all become tilted.
I think it's a real.
Hey, look, he discarded little Nif. Good.
Oh yeah, because he's basically trying to make sure that he doesn't have a target for the Croak.
Well, I mean, that would have been real bad because Fuzel would have got the.
Yeah.
He could have like literally had a Brobnar turn here.
Yeah.
Which thing?
So that's a good sign that he's not tilting too bad. He's probably still sour from last game, but it doesn't seem like it's affecting his thought at least. That was a pretty heads up thought. Now here comes some population.
Does he keep the destroy them all? No. Okay. I think that was the right call because, as we saw last game, you gotta play card. This is sad because he's gonna have a pretty good turn here, and then he's gonna get hit with Life Web, and we all kind of cry a little bit inside when Life Web hits us.
Yeah, Life Web is dangerous. When it's dangerous. Oh, he's pulling his archive. He's thinking going shadows. Nope, he's not. He's gonna help robot himself into interesting plays. Librarian seems really good. High value. Love Librarian.
Hey! Stop it! No!
There's the Life Web. And we cry a little bit. Mighty Tiger will take care of the Archimedes. Yep. All makes sense. He probably calls Shadows here to make sure he can kill the Dusk Witch, right? And definitely sets up. Ooh, this is a big setup because Ronnie will hit, Nerve Blast will hit. He won't get a key. Whistling Darts will set up a huge Mars Needs Amber.
Yep.
Steal 2 with the Ronnie. It's really sad. You're gonna forge for like $1 billion, but it's what it is.
Yeah. I guess you get the value back in the Mars Needs Amber, right? Like
he needs to. Who did he Nerve Blast? Nerve Blast, deal 2 damage to Proliferator. Oh, to kill it. There's a chance that I would have actually opted to Nerve Blast Grope to make sure the loose doesn't hit me. I guess the elusive is there. Never mind. But now he could make you lose 2 though, because he could fight into elusive,
You could kill the
Gauntlet of
tiger.
Command, kill the Ronnie, and like that's lose 2 from Croak. I don't like that.
And he could lose damage pips too, because like if he wanted to, he could like end up taking out the Titan Librarian as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna get the Foozle value too.
Yeah.
Interesting thought. We'll see what happens here. Like what line KiiVii decides to fight.
I mean, I expect to see Brobnar. It's just a matter of what creature is doing what. And whether or not he plays Kinnick. There's no way he plays Kinnick. Hopefully. Cool. Because like he can use the Gauntlet of Command to use fight with the Tiger to get the Foozle value.
So much brain power. Like how much is what's gonna happen here?
I don't know. KiiVii seems to be taking a while.
The blood money seems to be a good play too.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what to do. I blood money the Ronnie, Gauntlet of Command the Tiger into the Ronnie, Foozle reaps for 2, Groak fights into Knuckles, you lose 1, discard Carson. My opponent forges at. Oh, but there was an archive. Oh no, that was not an archive. That was a what?
Generosity.
He played Martian Generosity?
If he had hit key abduction right there, he would have been able to
he would have gotten
forge.
1 key, but he was already. Didn't he have a lot of amber? He had 7 amber.
Maybe he was hoping to get a big creature to take him off of key, but he made him pay 10, so it's pretty expensive, folks. It's like a key in 5/6.
Marzan these amber is dead now, though.
Maybe he accounted for that.
I mean, that could be a thing. This is a huge. What is this Titan? Okay, so the Titan Librarian has been pocketing Shadows cards. There's a, Logos cards. There's Pip and Igor.
This is an odd set of games. At what point do like players like get to the point where they think themselves out of like proper lines just because they're trying to be creative to get around the lines that they think are happening? I think we're witnessing.
Seems like a lot.
Seems like we're witnessing that right here.
So if I'm KiiVii, I mean, definitely do what I thought I would do last time. Going Brobnar, you can like kill everything, right? You would actually play Cowards in here. You're not.
He has the glimmer though, so if he gets all like myopic about the Martian generosity, we could see a glimmering generosity, which would be horrible at this point.
I mean, that would make your opponent answer.
Yeah.
Because you have enough to reap on board and then hit key abduction.
How many creatures did Sheep bring out? Did he bring any out? Plays. So he could also bring back the life web, but there's nothing to take though. Never mind. That's a bad play too.
Oh, he only played 2. He only played 2.
This is 3, right? Oh no, Invasion Portal plays. Never mind. Yeah, there's only 2.
Look at the board.
Yeah.
Oops. So he does go Glimmer. I think we do see Generosity just to force the answer. Yeah, there it is.
I mean, it makes sense, right?
In this case.
I mean, the whole game has been based on the premise of I don't want generosity to happen, and now.
Probably see Mars needs Amber here. So if he fights, it doesn't matter. He's gonna get all four no matter what. He needs to kill some creatures that are fives, though. Yet he does no. Okay, so he's playing against the. He's gonna take away the Generosity for the turn. Okay, let's see if Sheep uses Invasion Portal, because I still don't know why it wasn't getting used last game.
Yeah.
He does not. I mean, I guess, because, the two Ronnies and Miasma were not in it. Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess I could see that. Not wanting to get rid of your Ronnies. Alright. First Blood, what? Kills one thing. Can't kill more than one thing.
Card is so bad. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen First Blood be good.
No. What are you putting blood money on? Because you've definitely got a kill here. Somewhere, something's getting killed.
Well, I don't think you want to kill Ronnie because you're too close to the end of the draw, so you don't want to put that back in.
Well, that's the only thing a Grow can kill.
Yeah, but like it seems like a bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, but like it seems like the worst of the creatures to be able to kill. Like ideally, you'd want to kill like the shockworm. Shockworm is annoying.
Yeah, he went for the Rager versus the Shock. I guess that stunned them all. And the key cost is now 12, guys. Oh, okay. I get why you can't Invasion Portal. He can't afford to not ever see his artifact control, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's sense in that. Plays the War Chest, which would be great in the future. Oh, actually, not really. He only has. Oh, the Gauntlet's always. I do miss Gauntlet. And Golden Spiral. Fun thing. This is where you're like, why doesn't my opponent have one more Amber? Stun, draw some cards. So he draws 14. He gets a free key for sure. All right. This is crazy. Dan has been getting the worst luck this last week and a half at KeyForge. Destroy them all and the Neutron Shark are both in his bottom 4 cards, guys. He just conceded.
I'd say that's a tilt.
I don't know why he conceded, actually. I think the game was not for sure over there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just one where he's just he's ready to be done with this for now. Like I think he just feels like things are against him. And
I mean, they were against him. I just don't know if this game was actually decided.
yeah, so it's an interesting.
Because even his
time.
next turn is not horrible. Like, Mother Gun's going to kill one of these big bad boys, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hmm. Oh, I guess is Glimmer in hands? Yeah. Yeah, he could just play the Key Abduction next turn Glimmer, put it back in his hand, and then it will be very much done.
It'd be pretty much over. But I mean, there you go. That's like the RNG on that Martian Generosity deck today was just absolutely backwards for Sheep, and then going into the next game, Vincent definitely drew better than Sheep did, but I don't think the decks were that far off. I think that they were just both playing so hard around that generosity that it skewed the game and the dynamics of the game. So, but that's all we got, I guess, for now. So that was Sheep versus KiiVii, and KiiVii is moving on. So the European continues to move on through the American bracket, as expected.
Good job, KiiVii.
As expected, Vincent's a great player. He's definitely high class. So. He's not going to be an easy out for anyone, but he's one step closer to that Final Four, and the Final Four is where the money's at. So, and the prestige, right? Like we're looking for that top slot. We're excited to crown somebody as the quote unquote world's best KeyForge player at this point. So, with that said, this is Jupiter from Manlius, New York, saying sayonara, and Z can say his out, and we'll be gone.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Play some KeyForge. Sign up for the December 5th KFPL event.
10 for 10, baby. $10 in. If somebody pays $10 to
Doctors
Without Borders right here above me. See, boop, boop. That's the one. All right, so we'll see you guys soon, and take care.